Drawing an icon is a double-edged blade. Today, I'm taking on the Alpha Predator, the ultimate Yautja warrior. But this isn't just a fan art flex. This is about building power through pencil, ink, and wash. Welcome and welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is Art of the Round Table. My name is Mello, and if you're new here, hit the like if you love traditional art, and subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. So alright, let's get to the setup. We're talking about the Alpha Predator. You know, the alien from the Predator franchise. Their race is called the Yautja. I had to look that up. But this isn't about just making him look cool. It's about building his power through simple tools. Pencil, ink, and a bit of ink wash later for texture and tone. And when you're starting with a heavily detailed character like this and well known like this, the first instinct is to get caught up in everything. The trophies, the armor, the textures. It's a lot. So here's the key. Don't chase every detail right away. Start by blocking out the silhouette. You're sculpting the presence first. And once I'm happy with the pose and proportions, I start refining the zones that tell the story that I'm trying to tell. I work on his face, I remove the mask, I work on his dreadlocks. I don't do a lot of bone trophies, but I do work on his armor. Not only is this the Alpha Predator for me, he is an ancient one. As I move into the shading, I'm already thinking ahead of the inks. But this pencil layer isn't about perfection, it's just a roadmap. And for artists out there watching, a tip for this stage: contrast your texture zones. Not every inch needs heavy lines. Let some areas breathe so your details have room to stand out. Here, I purposely used a single light source in my drawing to the right of the character, our left, and I'm going to obscure more than half of the figure in shadow to create an intense mood. But before I talk about inking, if this is helping, drop a comment below. What's your go-to technique for building depth in a black and white image? I'd love to hear how you tackle it. Now on to the inking phase. Every line I drop in ink needs to serve a purpose. It's either texture, form, or mood. I start with tight marks and smaller details at first, and that's more for me to remove any jitters. This helps me feel in control and build up confidence. I'm also thinking about the history, what the story I'm telling. While I'm working on the armor, I try to remember that he's ancient. There's no metal. I'm thinking rock and wood. And for organic elements like his face, his dreadlocks, I loosen up a bit more. I use broken lines and a bit of cross-hatching to keep it raw and primal. Here's a tip for inking textures, if you're interested. Use line direction to guide the viewer's eyes. It's not just about shading, it's about flow. And as I build up the shadows with heavier blacks, I'm already thinking and setting up for the next stage, the ink wash. Because the ink wash is not just going to be about filling space, it's going to be about painting atmosphere. And when I bring in the India ink and wash, I'm going to keep it subtle at first, building gradients and pushing back the silhouette a bit. But before I get there, I got to finish the figure. And it's all about deep shadows and atmosphere. At this point, the Alpha Predator is locked in, posed in that pre-attack tension. He's not charging, he's calculating. All that's left is the deep inky blacks and shadows to cement him in place. Ink wash. Simply put, It's diluted India ink with water. I didn't want to go overboard here. I need to keep the mood tense. So, using a squirrel hair brush, I start building small areas around him, keeping in his figure in focus, and using light gestural brushstrokes to bring in attention to his imposing physique. Soft washes around the edges and crisp lines at the focal points. This is a trick I use to control not just my eyes, but the viewers as well. The goal all along was to have the figure feel like he's stepping out of the shadows. So there he is, guys, the alpha predator, drawn with pencil, ink, and brought to life with a bit of ink wash. What I love about this piece is that it's a study in restraint and precision. With pencil, ink, and a few ink washes, you can create massive presence without ever touching color. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to dive deeper into traditional art techniques, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified when new videos become available. And for those of you who would like a piece, this piece, I have limited edition prints available now in my Etsy shop. And once they're gone, they are gone. But eventually, I'll have the original artwork at the store for grabs as well. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mello. This is Yautja the Round Table. And as always, enjoy you later. Bye-bye.